Today's video is about thyroid disease, and the thyroid is like the accelerator system of your body. So it controls the speed of your processes, all of the processes in your body. So it's important to run things at the right speed, because if you run things too fast, you might not get the best results, and if you run things too slow, you might not get the best results. Most of the cases of thyroid disease in our country, all over the world, is mostly hypothyroidism, which means the thyroid is not functioning well enough. It's functioning less than optimal, and they're going to have a slowing down of their body processes. Now, this slowing down of the body processes will affect each and every cell in the body. Each and every organ system of the body gets affected, and that's not good. So that slowing down affects each system differently. And today's video is mainly about what signs and symptoms that you'll see when there's thyroid disease. So the predominant symptom that you will get in a slow functioning thyroid, if you start off with the skin gets dry, you start losing hair off your head and off the rest of your body also, and especially on the outer part of your eyebrows. If it's starting to get thin, if you're starting to lose thickness of the eyebrows, of the outer part of your eyebrows, that might indicate that your thyroid is not functioning very well. It could be that your chest hair or your axillary hair, all of it starts to reduce. So that's all a part of thyroid disease. Your hair can become dull. It can become brittle. It can become less strong. So it starts to fall out. It starts to break easily. All of these are symptoms of your can be symptoms of the thyroid not functioning fast enough. So that is one. You can have problems with your lymphatic system. So if your lymphatic system is not working properly, you'll have a puffy face. You can have feet that swell up and stay swollen throughout the day or more towards the evenings. You can have poor healing. So you can have a wound and that doesn't seem to heal, and is not a it doesn't dry. It stays wet. The wound stays wet and it's always weeping. Or if it's not healing fast enough, that can be a symptom of the thyroid not functioning properly, not functioning fast enough. The nervous system can show up with thyroid symptoms. So you can have loss of attention, loss of memory. You can have slow speed of your brain functioning. So you might not be able to come up with the right words at the right time. You might not you might find yourself going through life in slow motion. You might have what they call brain fog, where it feels like you're constantly confused and you're constantly not able to decide what to do. So that brain fog might be a symptom of a poorly functioning thyroid. You can also get peripheral neuropathy. So peripheral neuropathy is when the nerves towards the ends of your body start to act up first. So you'll get an irritation. You'll get numbness and pins and needles and tingling at the tips of your fingers and at the tips of your toes. And as it gets worse, it can progress up. So that peripheral neuropathy and brain fog, loss of memory, all of that can be nervous system disorders that can be associated with a hypothyroid disease. You can have problems in your gut. So you can have poor digestion. You can have constipation. Constipation is the most predominant symptom of a poorly functioning thyroid, and constipation itself can make thyroid disease worse. So it can be a vicious cycle. So fixing constipation when you've got thyroid disease is a priority. You can have small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So you'll have issues with bloating. You'll have issues with intolerance to foods. You'll have problems with food allergies. But the main symptom that you get in hypothyroid disease is constipation. You can have problems with musculoskeletal disorders. So you can have loss of bone density. So some people with osteoporosis might actually be having a thyroid malfunction, and fixing the thyroid might help their osteoporosis. You can have aches and pains that don't go away. So you do a little bit of exercise today, and instead of having a small amount of soreness the next day, you have soreness that lasts several days. So that might be thyroid disease. It might also be other things, but you have to consider thyroid disease there. So people who are always in pain, chronic pain is a sign, usually a sign or symptom of thyroid disease, and you need to take a look. You need to investigate whether it is thyroid disease or not. You can have your hormonal systems. All of these so the thyroid is a gland, and the thyroid is also a gland that affects other glands. So if your thyroid is not working properly, your other hormone systems will also slow down. So if you've got problems with PCOD or infertility or low testosterone, all of that might be because the thyroid is not working properly. It might be a part of a constellation of symptoms, but if you've got these problems, it is important that you also look at the thyroid. Now, a poor thyroid function can also be diabetes. It can also manifest as diabetes. It can manifest as a high cholesterol, a high BP. So if your thyroid is not working properly, you can get all of those problems also. So they won't actually come in as signs and symptoms, but if you look at your lab tests and you see that you've got these problems, it means it's time to have a look at the way the thyroid is working. So today's video is mainly about what signs and symptoms and problems that might be associated with thyroid disease. And the next video is going to be about how to test thyroid and what what tests you need to be doing regularly, things like that. So there will be a few more videos about thyroid. There was, before I forget, so one of the most important things that you'll associate with hypothyroid disease is weight gain and difficulty to lose weight in spite of doing everything right. So if you've got that, you should be thinking about thyroid. I should have mentioned this earlier in the video, but I forgot. So these are the main things that you need to look for. This is just the first video for thyroid. So when the subscribe and like and follow in case you'd like more information about this. Thank you.